Okay, hopefully we're good this time. I just recorded a video and I recorded this video, I was a couple minutes in, and of course I got an alert from like a Microsoft thing on my own computer, and it just made a huge loud noise, so I just scratched the whole video. Gotta love technology, man. Okay, well, anyways, once again, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. What is it? What day is it in the month? It's January 6th. So, I hope that everybody's had a good first 5 or 6 days of the new year, official new year. Yeah, man, I just hope all you beautiful people have had a chance to have some experiences thus far that have bettered yourself in some way, whether it be a happy experience or a not so happy experience that hopefully you can build off upon, and later on down the road come to terms with and see the light inside of that negativity, if there was a negative experience. I hope you've achieved any dreams or whatnot, but that's not what you're here for. You're here to listen to me talk about some upcoming movies, because that's why you clicked on the video, I assume. Unless you just want to relax. Either one's fine. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I guess I'll start with like the first upcoming movie that I'm excited for, and besides this, they're not gonna be in chronological order because I don't know really release dates. But that movie would be Scream or Scream 5, which I call it Scream 5 because it's the 5th installment of the Scream saga, but companies like, after a while, they like to rebrand the whole movie scene, or the whole sequel scene, by just renaming the movie, like the original title as Halloween did. Or they'll just reboot the whole thing with like the initial name, like Spider-Man did, opposed to Spider-Man. They did the Amazing Spider-Mans. Now they do the No Way Home, Far From Home, Homecoming. You know what I mean? They kind of stick with like the same base, but just branch off of it. But I don't really like when companies decide to just straight up use the original name of the original. I mean, I get it. It draws more eyes and attention to newer crowds, which is gonna be 75% of the audience is gonna be newer people, probably just experiencing this for like maybe the first time, or someone who's not like a massive horror movie fan, such as myself. I'm a horror fan. Yeah, basically, I'm not gonna do any like. I haven't looked at any spoilers, but I'm just gonna give like an overview of the movie, I guess. Unfortunately, it's gonna be the first movie without director Wes Craven, as he passed away. But so that should be an interesting kind of narrative to view the movie through, to see if it kind of holds true to the the meta-ness of the Scream movies, the self-acknowledgement of the fact that we're kind of like in a horror movie. Like, here you have to follow these rules. There's certain parameters that you have to follow and kind of live by. Yeah, I mean, that's just like a minor thing, but obviously the plan, from what everyone's kind of speculated, and I always wear the glasses, but it always ends up reflected off the screen. I don't know why I do it. The consensus of what everyone kind of has came to the realization of is that it's gonna be like, you can have Sidney Prescott, you can have Gale Weathers, you're gonna have Dewey, you're gonna have the OG trio, but it's kind of gonna be a passing of the torch type of movie. So, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and what the hell is Dewey's name? David something. I don't know. Whatever. But it's gonna be like they'll be in the movie, of course. And but the consensus seems to be that their movie's not gonna revolve around them. Now that's gonna be interesting if that's the case, because every single Scream movie thus far has been centered around Sidney Prescott or Nev Campbell's character. Obviously, Scream 1, she was the primary victim of the attacks from Billy and Stu, and then in 2, she was the direct attackee of Stu's mom, and then Scream 3, obviously she was again the other one, because the she's always been the center of the attack, more or less. And of course, in the fourth one too. What's her name? Her cousin or her relative. I'm just exposing myself for being like a fake horror fan. I don't know. Again, it's centered around her. The jealousy of, I grew up hearing your story and everyone cares about you, but so it's always centered around Sydney. So it should be really, really interesting to kind of see where this goes, because even in the trailer, Ghostface, the killer, or one of the killers, because there's always two, the killers, they introduce themselves by saying, "Hello, Sydney, it's an honor to finally meet you," or something like that. So it's is that just the cherry on top of the cake that they get to, potentially try to kill Sydney? They just kind of run into her? Or is it their actual plan to do all these killings and the attacks to draw the attention, to bring them all back? Obviously, it's going to be interesting because it seems like the climax of the movie, or maybe the final act, is going to take place in Stu's house from the original Scream 1, which should be very interesting. I like the horror homage right there. Homage, whatever the heck it's called. Yeah, I like that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that comes out on the 14th, so that's less than a week away, or yeah, about a week away. I'm gonna be trying to go opening night. I'm gonna bring my little brother, and it's gonna be his first horror movie in the theaters. Probably his first R-rated movie in the theaters in general. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna try to pre-order tickets a few days in advance. As soon as I can, I'm gonna pre-order 2 tickets. So yeah, I'm gonna either that night or the day after, I'm gonna do a full spoiler video of the movie. So if anyone's likes reviews, I really want to start incorporating reviews onto the channel, because I personally like watching review videos. I like watching ASMR. So I figure if you can combine those two, that's kind of the best of both worlds for some people. So yeah, that should be interesting. So sticking with the horror theme, let's go with Halloween Ends. Obviously that's not probably till mid-October, but man, all I gotta say is that movie better be freaking better than Halloween Kills, because I was extremely disappointed with Halloween Kills. I think it had the best kills probably of any Halloween movie. Yeah, the only kill that I can think that even comes close to that is the one in Halloween 2, where Michael dunks the nurse in the hospital into the water. Is it a hot tub, or is it a therapy? It's whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If you know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But and then maybe I don't know, something the new it's definitely better than the original 6 for me, kill wise. It's freaking brutal kill wise. Michael is on a mission, and which is weird because it when I watched it, it didn't really it felt like a Halloween movie because it was Halloween, but something about it it didn't seem like just an ordinary Halloween movie. I don't know, it felt off to me. I absolutely despised the whole storyline of Evil Dies Tonight. Just drove me absolutely insane. The more they said it, the more I knew it wasn't gonna happen. So it's just what's the point? I mean, when they chased that the escaped psychiatric patient around the hospital, thinking it was Michael, dude, I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't like bad talking movies. I do, but I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining. But anyways, I have no idea about the storyline of Halloween Ends. I have no idea. I don't even know if there's a trailer out yet. I know nothing. I can only hope that Jamie Lee Curtis is more active in this movie against Michael. My biggest hope is that both Michael and Jamie will die. And I know you're probably like, Josh, why would you want both of them to die would be great. Dude, this has been going on for too long, man. It's just been going on for too long. This has been going on since 1970 freaking 8, man. Bro, it's been like 40 plus years of this, like, just kill the guy. Like, you can't. I just. This is coming from someone whose favorite horror saga, the franchise, is Halloween. It needs to end, man. Like, I can't do it anymore. Just stop making them. Give it some time to just rest. Just give it some time. The Rob Zombie movies did not do well. People overwhelmingly didn't like them. 2018 Halloween was a fairly good movie. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was probably the best movie. I want to say since like 5, but I can't say that because I actually really like H2O. And believe it or not, I actually really like a 6 Curse of Michael Myers too. I like all the Halloween movies, honestly, except for the second Rob Zombie movie and Halloween 3. I like all of them. Even Halloween had Kills. Like, I don't not like the movie. It's just like, I think I just hyped it up for myself so much that, like, it just, in the end, it wasn't actually worth it. That is what happened, because me and my buddy Elmer saw it, like, the week it came out, and we were both like, dude, like, we hyped it up too much for ourselves. Like, that wasn't, like, we just overhyped it, which I try not to do anymore with movies, except I did it with Spider-Man, and holy freaking crap, did Spider-Man deliver. Regardless. So yeah, the only thing I can ask for in Halloween Ends is that Michael and Jamie die. No, not Jamie. Laurie. Sorry. Why did I say Jamie Lee Curtis and the other Jamie from the other storyline? So yeah, really looking forward to that movie as well. I'll be seeing that. Oh, hold on one sec. Alright. Man, I really gotta I gotta figure out something to do with that background noise. It's so aggravating. So yeah, those are the horror. Oh, there's one more horror movie I'm looking forward to, actually. There's gonna be a Salem Squad movie coming out this year. Salem Squad is a novel written by Stephen King, and which is the greatest horror writer of all time, in my opinion. And yeah, it should be interesting. I'm less hyped about that than the other two, but I'll definitely watch it. Salem Squad's basically just about a town that gets taken over by vampires, more or less. Just to sum it up quickly, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know much about the movie. I've heard about it, and I figured I'll watch that. What else is coming out? Oh, Knives Out 2 is coming out this year. I absolutely loved Knives Out 1. I mean, loved it. Like, I thought it was an extremely good movie. And that says a lot because my dislike for Rian Johnson after The Last Jedi was very big. Very, very great. Yeah, man, if no one's ever seen Knives Out, I think it's on Amazon Prime still. It's like a modern day whodunit type of thing with Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig's an investigator, and he basically he gets called into he gets like a letter or something along those lines from an anonymous person saying, hey, come investigate this. And basically a rich old man dies, and he's a horror writer and very wealthy and a huge family. And yeah, he ends up passing away, and the whole movie is trying to figure out who killed him. And then yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, because if you haven't seen it, like, I highly recommend watching that movie. So yeah, the second one's coming out, and it's got a pretty good cast. I think it has like Kate Hudson, Ethan Hawke, aside from Scream, and then I guess I'll go with this one next, Morbius. Or Mobius. Is it Mobius or Morbius? I guess I have one to do it. The freaking, the Sony villain, the Spider-Man villain. I gotta figure out if it's Morbius or Mobius, hold on, because now I'm tripping. Bear with me, guys. Okay, it is in fact Morbius. Lit. I guess I'll just read this right now. Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but when his experiment goes wrong, he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead. So yeah, this kind of correlates to the Sony version of doing the anti-hero movies. You know, you have the Venom, and then Venom Let There Be Carnage. And then, what else? Do you have any other ones in that universe right now? I don't think so. I think it's just in the Morbius. But, there could be another one that I'm not thinking of. But regardless, it should be pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's been delayed like 5 times. They just keep pushing the release date back for some reason. The latest pushback, which was supposed to drop in January, now it's dropping like April 1st, which is like, just give us the freaking movie already. The trailer came out like over a year ago. But the rumor circulating throughout the nerd kingdom is that they're doing reshoots to put Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man into the movie. So if that's the case, okay, I'm not mad. I will not be mad in the least bit if that's why they're rescheduling it. Now there's a few examples that kind of contradict who the primary Spider-Man inside this universe is going to be. Because it's the Oscorp Tower, which is from the Amazing Spider-Man's movies. And there's also a picture of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on the wall, and it says murderer across it. So that's like, okay, everyone knew Peter Parker, like historical Peter Parker, everyone knew Tom Holland's Spider-Man was a murderer. So it's like, okay, maybe he's the Spider-Man. But then you think about No Way Home, and Andrew Garfield says a line where he refers to, after how he lost Gwen Stacy, he talks about how he kind of stopped holding back his punches. And at first I took that as a metaphor. Now I'm starting to think it's literal. I'm starting to think he physically stopped holding back his power and just started going nuts against his opponents and his foes. I think he might have actually killed one or a couple of his enemies. And that's why the brand murderer is blasted across his logo on a wall in the trailer. Yeah, then the other weird one is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is in there somehow because it's either J. Jameson's or it's the Daily Bugle, one of those two. Like, that's inside of the trailer. That one I'm kind of blanking out up on. Just watch honestly, just go on YouTube if you're interested. You're already on YouTube. Just check out like Morbius trailer breakdown or something like that. You can listen to someone far more knowledgeable and experienced in this area and explain it to myself. But yeah, that should be interesting. Yeah, that's kind of the only thing. I think I think Sony's kind of bugging though with bugging, no pun intended, with Spider-Man. Kind of bugging with not releasing it now because Spider-Man No Way Home set records for how much money it made. I mean, it made over $1 billion so far, just in the box office. Why wouldn't they capitalize on the hype from that movie by releasing another movie right after? I don't really get it. From a business standpoint, personally, my only rationale for why they would do something, why they wouldn't do it right away, is if they were adding something, which has me believing, okay, maybe they are putting Andrew Garfield into the movie somehow. But it's like, why didn't you see that coming in the first place? Like, you knew they were gonna be inside Spider-Man No Way Home, so why wouldn't you just initially, like, oh, the noise stopped, thank freaking goodness. Oh, it's so annoying. Why wouldn't you just initially, you know, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, you knew Andrew Garfield was gonna be inside of No Way Home, so why wouldn't you just initially plan to put him inside of Morbius? I don't know, it seems like poor planning on their behalf, but, what do I know? What other superhero movies are coming out? Oh, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, I haven't been this hyped for a Marvel movie. I haven't been this hyped for a Marvel movie since Spider-Man No Way Home, but like, before like that movie and this movie, it's been since like Endgame. Like, that was the last movie I was really hyped for. And what was that, like 2018? Maybe 2019. So like, it's been a while. Like, I am extremely excited to see this movie. I think the potential and the ideas and the opportunities that can arise within this movie are absolutely freaking endless. The multiverse is broken open. You know, that's all you gotta say. Literally anybody or anything could come through. He could go anywhere, anything, interact with anybody. It's just, I'm doing a terrible job of explaining the importance of this movie, but listen, Doctor Strange opened up a rift in reality. There is a bleed over of other realities in dimensions. He can literally interact. Like, I can sit here and speculate who he's going to interact with or what's going to be that plot. Listen, it can literally be anything. Okay, who knows? It could be Galactus. It could be the one above all. It could be a Celestial. It could be, obviously, there's another Doctor Strange based on the trailers. So there will be, like, an opposing Doctor Strange. It could be Dormammu again. You know, it could be... guys, just watch the trailer if you haven't. Watch Spider-Man No Way Home if you haven't. I think, oh my goodness, you know, one thing I will say, I don't want Spider-Man in the movie. You know, like, I don't need any of the Spider-Mans. I don't know if it was 3Z Films or if it was someone else. I don't want to call on the name if it wasn't them, but someone was discussing how, like, oh, I hope that Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire or anything. I'm like, why? Why do we need them again? We just saw them. Like, let it rest. You know, don't. Too much of a good thing isn't a good thing. You know what I mean? You know, like, I don't know. Honestly, what I'd love to see personally would be the Illuminati to form. Probably minus Iron Man, unless they, which they could, unless they went into a different get an Iron Man from a different reality, but the Illuminati is basically, Charles Xavier, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards from, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and who else is it? It's someone else. It's Adam Warlock. It's someone else, but it's basically just like a group of kind of leaders of different fashions throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe that come together in the comics, and when really big problems arise. So that should be interesting. I think that would be a great way to kind of segue new characters to, as Marvel loves doing. You know, they love interacting characters nowadays and introducing them. One good example was introducing Black Panther during Civil War and then giving Black Panther the Black Panther movie, you know what I mean? Just something like that, or even Spider-Man with Civil War, like, just stuff like that, you know, crossing over. Yeah, I think that would be, obviously there's talks of the Fantastic Four reboot coming in the future as well, so that would be a cool way to introduce maybe the Fantastic Four of some sort. I can only hope there's new X-Men movies coming out in the future. I don't know, but I believe there's another Wolverine-related movie coming out soon, like a Logan type of movie, which is like, okay, like, I thought Logan was phenomenal, but like, I don't need that. I think just like Hugh Jackman kind of just chill out. I'd love to see Deadpool make an appearance. I don't think it would, because this movie seems like it's gonna be like very serious, borderline horror movie type of superhero movie. So, but I don't know, man. Ever since I watched the Turtles, I just can't get out of my mind the thought of Celestials and just godlike beings. Like, I want to see them in this MCU. So, like, obviously they were in this MCU because Eternals came out, which I don't know what anyone, like, I don't understand the hate for that movie. Like, this is a sidetrack. The only thing about Eternals that was like, okay, I understand the hate is the constant flashbacks and flashes back to present. But I don't think they did it in a bad way. Like, I think it was pretty manageable. For me, it was pretty manageable. The biggest thing was there was just so many goddamn characters. It was hard to remember all of them. I know most of their abilities. I know Athena. I know Sprite. I think that's it. Like, it's hard to get to know characters when you're introducing like a dozen at a time, like brand new characters. But regardless, yeah, that'd be cool if like a Celestial game too. Because I watched a breakdown of the No Way Home when the rift opens up in reality. And basically, like, there was no like, all the characters that we saw, you know, it was Black Cat, it was Kraven the Hunter, who else was it? It was there was one that said it might have been Miles Morales. I'm trying to think, who else was it? Rhino was there, but it was just a bunch of like Spider-Man related characters, which is awesome, which is cool. Like, it's a Spider-Man movie, like, I expect that, but it's like, the one that disappointed me was the guy with the staff, the huge being with the staff. I could have sworn, I was like, yo, that's gonna be a Celestial, like, that's gonna be a godlike being. And then it was like Kraven the Hunter. I was like, oh man. Kind of a letdown. Regardless, yeah, I'm excited for that. I just digressed probably harder than I've ever digressed in my whole entire life on the history of this channel. So yeah, Doctor Strange is gonna be lit. What else is coming out? Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That should be good. I think Black Panther is an amazing MCU movie. Yeah, it's just obviously with Chadwick not around anymore, it's gonna be very interesting to see how they kind of explain that. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy to realize who's gonna pick up mantle of Black Panther. It's gonna be his sister. At least I'm pretty sure of it. But it's like, how are they gonna, you know, explain the absence of T'Challa? Sorry, how are they gonna explain that? Because obviously when his father passed away, you know, it was during the bombing, so it was very explainable. But I don't know if there's ever been a passing of an actor in the MCU during this time frame, and if they've ever explained it. I'm trying to think, and I can't think of one. If there is one, just comment. So I could be mistaken, but again, it should be interesting. Regardless, very excited for it. I'd love to see Killmonger come back, Michael B. Jordan. I think he absolutely killed his role in that movie. Phenomenal actor. But R.I.P. I mean, that man's gone. Like, that man, he's not gone in real life, but like, he's gone. interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about the movie or the plot. I don't know if there's anything out there right now. I think it's a little too early for them to put things out, but again, real excited for that one. Thor: Love and Thunder. That should be good. I have watched a few videos of like that. It's slipping my mind at the moment, honestly. Like what the story's even about. Yeah, I don't even remember. To be honest, if it was something crazy, I feel like I'd remember it. I've probably only watched like a video or two on it. I'm not the biggest fan of the Thor movies. I thought Ragnarok was the best by far. I do not like the original. I don't like the Dark World. I thought Ragnarok was phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. Obviously, probably with Love and Thunder, it's gonna have like Valkyrie in it, and hopefully the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't see why I wouldn't consider he's part of the group now. Yeah, it should be interesting. One thing about the Thor movies is he always fights OP villains because he's a freaking god, so that's cool. Obviously his sister in the last one, I can't even think of her name. What's her name? I'm not gonna remember that. The woman with the horns, and she just kills everybody, absolute gangsta. Again, I digress. That means nothing to what I'm saying. Anyway, it should be interesting. I heard Jane Foster is gonna be in the movie. Again, I don't know how accurate that is. She's played by Angelina Jolie, right? Or is it I'm trying to think who plays her. Is it Angelina Jolie? I don't know. I know Kat Dennings played her best friend. It's obscure that I know that, but not opposed to that, but whatever. So yeah, that should be cool. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is also coming out. I'm pretty sure that might be 2023 though. Yeah, I think that's 2023 now. I'm saying it out loud. Either way, that should be cool. Like, I don't know anything about that. That's why I think it's coming out 2023, because I don't think there's anything known about that yet, to my knowledge. What else is coming out? Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go with the DC side of things, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't like DC movies that much, except for the Dark Knight trilogy. I think the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger is either number 1 or number 2 of the greatest superhero movies ever made. I switched that at Infinity War, in and out, and then in a hard third place is No Way Home at the moment. Yeah, it should be cool. I did not watch. I've watched one of the last Batman movies, like of recent movies since The Dark Knight. Like I think is it Ben Affleck? Is that who the actor is? I don't know. Just it didn't interest me. I have nothing against the movies. I should give DC a chance. I really should. I'm much so biased. I have like a preconceived judgment about the movies for probably no reason. Which I feel like I might actually like, because a lot of people said Eternals was like a Marvel interpretation of a DC movie, and if that's the case, that would be pretty sick. Yeah, so what is it, Robert Pattinson playing Batman? Should be cool. You got the Riddler as the main antagonist. Should be nice. I don't even know who's playing the Riddler, to be honest with you, though. I could completely slip in my mind. The only Riddler I know, like actor-wise in the history of Batman, is the Jim Carrey interpretation of him. What was that with George Clooney? Was that like that time? I know Arnold Schwarzenegger did the Mr. Freeze for that type of thing, and then or am I thinking of the Michael Keaton? It was either Michael Keaton or George Clooney, but regardless, it's whatever. All those movies are kind of silly, if you ask me. I think they're all kind of silly. Not the Dark Knight trilogy, though. I think those are amazing. It's Scarecrow, Bane, the villains in that, it's insane. Obviously, the greatest villain performance of all time, Heath Ledger. My opinion, I don't think it was just the best villain performance of all time. I think his role as the Joker is the greatest performance. No, let me rephrase that. The greatest interpretation of a villain on screen ever. And what I mean by that is, I think that role was more iconic to the character than anything Darth Vader has ever done in a movie. Or pick your poison for any antagonist in a movie. And I know he only had one performance, but oh my god, man, it's one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my life, just to be honest with you. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation whether or not it contributed to his, to Heath Ledger's mental, kind of deterioration, which it did, because he took it very seriously, but, speculation whether or not it contributed to his passing, which, I'm not gonna speculate that, because it's not my place, but, again, I digress. But, yeah, the Batman movie should be cool. I'll give it a shot. I have nothing against it. I think that will be kind of like the movie that, if I enjoy it, will get me into the DC universe. So I'll definitely give it a shot. What else is coming out? So yeah, I'll watch that for sure. I'm trying to think what else is coming out. James Cameron's Avatar 2 is supposed to come out. That should be cool. I know it's a pretty lackluster response to that. I know some people swear by that, the original Avatar movie. I think it's good. I think it's a good message, just a corporatized democracy state interfering with native people, stealing their resources for their benefit, regardless of repercussions or immoral or unethical actions. I think it speaks volumes to the history of a lot of countries and all over the world. So for that, I respect the movie. Visually, for the time it came out, man, that movie still looks amazing. It's insane how good that movie looked back then, and still looks pretty good. The story itself, it's okay. It's not anything crazy for me. I guess I have mixed emotions with it. I don't think it's a bad movie, which is the reason I'm excited for the second one. I can just only imagine what the visuals are going to look like in the second one, though. Oh my lord. It's going to be indistinguishable from reality. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, so that should be cool. I don't know anything about the movie. As you can tell, I did a lot of research for this video. Guys, honestly, when I think of an idea for a video, it's usually an hour or two before I do the video. I get a few thoughts in my head, and I just sit down and ramble most of the time. I don't really think things out. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful way to the audience watching. Oh, you guys don't deserve my that's definitely not what I mean. I just mean it in a way that I personally feel it's more genuine if I just kind of sit here and discuss things with you guys in an open way, opposed to reading a script or whatnot. What else is coming out this year? That might be the biggest movies thus far that I'm excited for. I mean, I probably listed 10 movies, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens. Definitely look out if you're interested. I'll put in the title of the video when I do my Scream 5 review, spoiler review. So just so if you don't want spoilers, but I will definitely be putting that out either the night I watch it, depending how late I get home, if I have work the next day or not. And I think it's actually on a Friday, meaning I don't have work today. Okay, I might come right from the movies and do a straight up review that night. So yeah, so just look out for that in a few days, a weekish if you're interested in that. And yeah, if you guys like stuff like that, I can definitely do reviews of kind of any movie I just watch, whether it be old or new, whatever. Just if I ever it's something you guys are interested in. It's weird. Every time I have like 40 minutes, I just forget how to whisper. Like I just did right there. Like my voice just naturally stops whispering. It's very strange. Well, guys, as always, I genuinely appreciate you guys stopping by and spending time with me and just hearing me ramble. Listen, on a real note, you guys watching these videos and interacting with these videos genuinely make me happy, like, about making them. Because if I was making these videos and I was getting no interaction or no views, it would be harder to keep wanting to make them and be excited about them. I don't have that problem. Every time I put out a video, people seem to enjoy it for the most part. So it makes me excited to make the next one. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope you all continue to have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, life, etc. Keep doing what makes you happy. Keep, having your own thoughts. Don't let other people persuade you of things. Come to your own conclusions on anything that you question. Keep chasing your dreams. Anything you gotta do, just do it, man. Just keep living your best life. Because that's what it's all about, man. We don't have much time on this earth in this carnation. So please, guys, please, I beg you, don't waste it. And don't take it for granted. One love, and